In just weeks, your grocery bill is about to explode. That $4 loaf of bread? It's jumping to $6. Your favorite maple syrup? Prepare to pay double. This isn't fear-mongering, it's happening whether you're ready or not. Today, I'm breaking down the 5 everyday foods that are about to become luxury items due to the escalating US-Canada trade war. I'll show you exactly which products will hit your wallet hardest, why these price shocks are inevitable, and most importantly, the specific steps you can take right now to protect your family before it's too late. Welcome to Financial Area, where we cut through the noise to show you how global events directly impact your money and your life. If you want to stay ahead of economic changes that affect your daily expenses, hit that like button and subscribe for more insights that actually matter to your wallet. Let me start with something most people don't understand about tariffs. When the government announces a 35% tariff on Canadian imports, they're not just adding a tax to foreign companies. They're adding a tax directly to your grocery receipt. Here's how it works. American importers have to pay that extra 35% when they bring goods across the border. And guess what? Companies don't absorb those costs out of the goodness of their hearts. They pass every single penny down to you. But it gets worse. Tariffs don't just make imported goods more expensive. They create a domino effect that drives up prices on everything. When Canadian canola oil becomes 35% more expensive, American oil producers can raise their prices too, because suddenly their product looks like a bargain. When Canadian wheat gets hit with tariffs, American wheat farmers can charge more. It's basic economics, and it's about to devastate your budget. The August 1st deadline isn't just a date on a calendar. It's a financial cliff that millions of American families are about to fall off. And Canada isn't sitting back quietly. They've already announced retaliatory tariffs that will make this situation even worse. We're talking about a full-scale trade war between two countries that have been each other's largest trading partners for decades. The people who are going to get crushed by this aren't the politicians making these decisions or the CEOs running multinational corporations. It's the elderly woman on a fixed income who relies on canned soup for dinner. It's the single mother stretching every dollar to feed her kids. It's the small restaurant owner who's already struggling with thin margins and is about to watch his food costs explode overnight. Now let me tell you about the 5 foods that are about to wreck your budget, starting with something that's probably sitting in your pantry right now. Canned food is about to become a luxury item, and most people have no idea why. It's not just about the food inside the can, it's about the can itself. Canada supplies nearly half of the tin plate steel used to make food containers in America. When tariffs hit that steel, every single canned item in the grocery store becomes more expensive. We're talking about a 30 to 40 cent increase per can. That might not sound like much, but for families who rely on canned goods as affordable protein and vegetables, it's devastating. A family that spends $50 a month on canned food is suddenly looking at $70 for the exact same items. But here's the really scary part. Some food producers are already cutting back production because they can't get enough cans. Goya Foods has reduced their output. Some grocery stores are limiting how many cans customers can buy. If the supply chain gets disrupted further, we could see actual shortages of canned food, especially during emergencies when people need them most. Next up is something that hits every American household: grains and grain-based products. Your morning cereal, your daily bread, your pasta dinners, they're all about to get a lot more expensive. Over 65% of the oats in American breakfast cereals come from Canada. Much of the premium flour for bread and pasta is milled from Canadian wheat. Companies like General Mills and Kellogg's are staring at massive cost increases. A box of cereal that costs $4 today is heading toward $5.50 or more. That loaf of bread you buy for $3.50? It's approaching $5, and that's if you can find it on the shelves. Here's what really concerns me. Canada could decide to halt grain exports entirely as a shock tactic. Imagine walking into your grocery store and finding empty cereal aisles, no bread, no pasta. For seniors who rely on cereal for easy nutrition, for families who depend on bread as a daily staple, this isn't just an inconvenience, it's a crisis. The third item that's going to shock people is canola oil. Most Americans don't realize that over 70% of our canola oil comes from Canada. This isn't just cooking oil we're talking about. It's the backbone of American food production. Restaurants use it, food factories depend on it, and families cook with it every single day. A gallon of canola oil that costs $9 today is heading toward $13 or $14. In rural areas with less competition, you might see prices even higher than that. And if Canada restricts oil exports, some regions could face complete shortages. Think about what that means. Restaurants will have to change their menus or raise prices dramatically. Food factories might shut down production lines, costing jobs. Home cooks will have to choose between paying premium prices for oil or completely changing how they prepare meals. The fourth food category that's about to hit families hard is pork. Now, America produces plenty of pork, but about 30% of our processed and frozen pork products come from Canada. This includes bacon, sausages, canned ham, and other specialty items that require specific processing. A 12-ounce pack of bacon that costs $5.50 today could jump to $8 or more. Supermarkets might start limiting purchases. Small farms could be forced to sell off livestock because feed costs are also rising due to the grain situation I mentioned earlier. For families who rely on pork as an affordable protein source, this is going to force difficult choices. Meat portions will shrink. Some families might have to eliminate pork from their diet entirely. And finally, there's maple syrup. And this one is personal for Canada. Canada supplies over 70% of the world's maple syrup, and they're specifically targeting it in their retaliation because it's symbolic. A small bottle of real maple syrup that costs $6 to $8 today could double to $15 or more. This might seem like a luxury item, but think about what it represents. When even a bottle of syrup becomes unaffordable for middle-class families, it signals that something fundamental has broken down. It's not just about pancakes, it's about the erosion of the small pleasures that make life enjoyable. Now, here's what you need to do right now to protect your household. First, take inventory of your pantry. Look at which items you rely on that I've just discussed: canned goods, grains, cooking oil, pork products, and maple syrup. Calculate how much you normally use in 2 to 3 months. Then, stock up strategically. Focus on shelf-stable items with long expiration dates. Don't hoard, that just drives up prices for everyone, but do buy enough to cover 2 to 3 months of normal use. For canned goods, prioritize beans, tuna, chicken, soups, and vegetables. For grains, buy flour, oats, pasta, and cereal that your family actually eats. Storage is crucial. Keep canned goods and grains in a cool, dry place. Store cooking oil in a dark cupboard to prevent it from going rancid. If you have freezer space, buy extra pork products and freeze them properly. You also need to adjust your budget immediately. Don't wait for prices to rise before you start planning for higher grocery costs. Look for sales and bulk discounts now, while prices are still reasonable. Consider joining warehouse stores if the membership fees make sense for your family size. Stay informed about the situation. Follow reliable news sources for updates on the tariff negotiations. Watch for early signs of shortages or rationing at your local stores. The families who see this coming and prepare early will be the ones who continue eating well while everyone else scrambles. But here's the bigger picture you need to understand. This trade war is revealing just how interconnected and fragile our food system really is. Decisions made in government offices can instantly affect what's on your dinner table. The global economy isn't some abstract concept, it's the reason your grocery bill is about to explode. The people who will weather this storm best are those who take action now, not out of panic, but out of smart preparation. Calculate what you need, buy what makes sense, store it properly, budget for higher costs, and build relationships with neighbors who might help each other through difficult times. The choice is simple: tax. Action now while you still can, or watch your grocery budget explode in real time. The families who prepare today will be the ones still eating well when everyone else is scrambling. If this video opened your eyes to what's coming, smash that like button and subscribe to Financial Area. We're going to be covering every aspect of how these economic changes affect your daily life and your wallet. Don't get caught off guard. Stay informed, stay prepared, and I'll see you in the next video.